Hey everyone, it's Alyssa. I'm here at the airport on Labor Day. You might be asking, Alyssa, why are you at the airport on Labor Day? The FBO is not open, your flight instructor is not teaching today. What could you possibly be doing at the airport? Well, last week I did something crazy. I bought an airplane. So yep, you heard me correctly. I bought an airplane, and this is her. My 1968 Piper Cherokee 180. Took delivery of her last Wednesday. Got to fly in her for the first time this past weekend with my flight instructor. And here she sits in all her glory. Now, those of you that remember back when I started flight school, I said I was not going to buy an airplane. I said I was just going to rent them or, get into a flight club, and that was how I was going to fly. Well, turns out that didn't work out so well because there just simply aren't very good options around me for flight clubs or rentals. Either the planes are really old and not really set up for what I want to do, or they're just too far away, where it kind of defeated the whole purpose of going flying. So, how did I end up with a Cherokee 180 of all planes? Well, you see, when I started looking to buy an airplane, for me it was all about mission. And my mission for my airplane, the kind of flying I wanted to do, I want to be able to go out and do that infamous $100 hamburger trip, or decide on a whim to go up on the weekend to the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, maybe take some friends with me. And that was the key thing, being able to take friends with me, because you see a lot of airplanes, just like the Cessna 172s that I'm flying, you just don't have the weight capacity to carry a bunch of people. It's got 4 seats, but you can't really put 4 adults in that plane and expect to fly very well. So I was looking for a plane with more useful load, something that when it was full of fuel, I could still potentially take 3, maybe even 4 adults and maybe some baggage. And that's what I got with the Cherokee 180. So when I fill up the fuel tanks on this, I still have 730 pounds of combined passengers and baggage that I can take with me. So depending on size, that's 3 or 4 adults, maybe some baggage, depending on how many people I take with me. But that was the goal, and that's how I ended up looking at this plane. I had looked at others too. This one I happened to find through a local seller at one of the other nearby airports, and it just really worked out great. The plane is in great shape, the engine's fairly new, everything about it is just really well cared for, and that's what I needed in my first airplane. So, what do you say we go take a look inside? Alright, so as I get ready to climb inside, the first thing you're going to notice is the Piper Red. So like I said, this is 1968, and Piper really liked that red color for some reason. So, that's what we've got. And honestly, I really like it. I think it's unique. I might do some stuff to try to update the interior, but overall, it's traditional Piper. It goes right along with the rest of the aircraft and kind of its vintage. So, let me hop inside and we'll take a look at what we've got here. Alright, so here I am. We're inside the airplane. I'm sitting in the left seat where the pilot goes. Yeah, okay, I know. Some of you know that already. But anyway, you can see it's your typical general aviation small aircraft. It's not huge. It's not tiny, though, either. I mean, you can comfortably fit 4 people. Take a look. Back here, you can see the back seat. I mean, it's not huge. It's not like a big car or anything, but you can definitely fit 2 adults in there and fly for a few hours. Maybe lots of hours cross country. We'll see how it goes, but that's some of my plan for the future. So This is what I was looking for. A plane, hey, it's small enough for me to have fun in it and to fly fairly economically, but also big enough that I can take people with me and have a lot of fun on trips. All right, so here's the instrument panel. As you can see, most of it is pretty dated as well. You can see it's all steam gauges, none of the newer glass panel designs in here yet. I say yet because I do have a couple thoughts on some, at least digital indicators and instruments that I would like to add to the aircraft. In particular, here I'm looking at getting digital instruments to replace the attitude indicator and the directional gyro. So we'll see how that goes, but that's my hope. But more importantly, I think an early one here is going to be upgrading this audio panel, because it's not even really an audio panel at all. It's just some toggle switches that control the audio for the radios and everything else. And one of the issues with this being a 4-place aircraft is that it only has a 2-channel intercom. So I've only got 2 headsets that can be plugged in, mine and 1 front seat passenger. So I want to replace the audio panel with something updated and get that 4-place intercom put in. One of the things that I was really excited about when I got this aircraft is the fact that it has the Stratus ESG transponder. Now, what I really like about this transponder, not only does it take care of the ADS-B out requirement for 2020 and sets me all up with that, but this one actually has the installed Stratus 3i, receiver. So I get ADS-B in as well. It connects right up to ForeFlight, and I can see all the traffic around me. That's really nice for flying and being able to have a little extra peace of mind knowing who's around me and whatnot. So I'm really looking forward to that. You can see the radios here. Obviously, they're not original to the plane. They're newer than that, but they are a little older. They do have glide slope, so I can potentially fly IFR. But I do want to see about getting some upgrades there too, maybe get a GPS or something like that. So, you know, pretty typical Piper panel. Not a lot has changed in the 50-some years that this plane has been alive, but hopefully we'll make some upgrades and we'll keep getting it ready for the future. I'm really excited though. It's a great platform to be building on. All right, so here we are back outside the plane again, and I had mentioned the importance of, you know, hauling capacity or useful load and all that, and I told you I want to use this for trips. This is one of the things I really like about the Cherokees in particular, whether it's a, you know, Archer or whatever Piper Cherokee PA-28 style aircraft, is just this luggage area. Check this out. I mean, first of all, just the opening alone is tremendous. Compared to what you get on like a Cessna 172, there's so much more capability to be able to put full-size suitcases in here and things of that nature. So I can toss in baggage I need, I can toss in, you know, some engine oil and other things I might need while I'm flying to different locations. Even things like, you know, the tow bars and tie downs and covers and everything else. Just so much room to be able to fit that all in there. And that was really important to me as well as I was looking at different models of airplane. And finally, because some of you asked about it, here's the hangar. And what's really surprising to me was this ended up being one of the harder parts to secure as far as buying an aircraft, because so many airports are just full. They don't have hangar space. As it was, I had to spend a lot of time preparing this hangar for my airplane because, well, it hadn't had a plane in it for a number of years, and so birds and other critters had been using it as their home, so I had to do some things to clean it up and try to keep the birds in particular from returning. So you can see some of that barrier that I had to put up here. But yeah, thankfully, I was ultimately able to get a hangar here at my local airport because, again, after all of this, if I bought a plane and then still had a hangar at a different airport, well, that would have defeated the whole purpose of why I was buying a plane in the first place, which was to be able to fly easily out of my home location. So, very happy that that worked out. It definitely turned out pretty well. I haven't seen any issues with critters yet, although we'll definitely have to wait until springtime because that's usually when the birds like to come out. But there you have it. There she is. In my new Cherokee 180, well, new to me anyway. I'm so excited and thrilled. I can't even believe this is my life. You know, many pilots dream of it. Many kids, like myself, dream their entire lives of possibly being a pilot and never get to do it. I get to do it, and I get to do it in my own airplane. It is so exciting to me. I can't even describe it. So, I can't wait until I can start taking you, my friends, my family, up in this airplane. We'll do some fun trips. We'll have some great experiences together. That's what I'm looking forward to most. All right, y'all. We'll see you later.